Okay, part two. Traffic stop on Tuesday that led to the deadly shooting occurred at multiple 911 calls earlier that night. Reported, the shooting in North Braddock, Pennsylvania. That had wounded a 22-year-old man in the abdomen. The police said that he was treated at the trauma center and later released. The investigators said that the gunman passing the vehicle fired 40 caliber rounds at the 22-year-old who returned fire. 911 caller provided the description of the vehicle and saw it fleeing the scene, and the police said that the East Pittsburgh officer saw a similar vehicle, a silver Chevrolet Cruze, that appeared to have ballistic damage to its rear window. I'm very confident that this was the vehicle involved in the shooting, Superintendent MC Donouugh said. The officer stopped the car at 8:40 p.m. and took the driver into custody. While he was putting the driver in the handcuffs, two other occupants ran from the car. The start again, ALLEGHENY County Police said that in East Pittsburgh the officer started shooting, striking the 17-year-old several times. The teenager was taken to the UPMC MCKEESPORT hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 9:19. The superintendent, MD, said, "We believe that he was hit 3 times," and he adds that the hits were various places on the body. The driver of the car was later released after being interviewed. At the time, he did not feel that charges were called, what the superintendent said. The police is still searching for the second person who ran from the officers. The superintendent, MD, asked to turn himself in so that he can give a comprehensive description of what occurred during the evening. The police department stated that officer who shot the teenager has been placed on administrative leave. Officials said Mayor William Paduto, Peduto, of Pittsburgh, said in a statement that the devastating situation, and I am saddened for Antoine Rose and his family. I'm not going to read anymore. You guys can find this article in the New York Times. Alright. Now I want to chime in. Alright, because one too many times this has happened in the United States. And I just told y'all about how I got handcuffed for driving a stolen car on one of my videos today. So how does this happen? Why does this happen? Why do young kids like this believe that it is okay to run from the cops? What are we not teaching our kids, man? I've been taught from a very young age. From the time I was freaking 9 years old, I knew that since I wanted to be a cop, not to break the law. I knew right from wrong since I was 6 years old. I knew not to do things that would have the cops come to my house. So I've never really gotten in trouble. Did I ever steal? Yes, I did. I didn't get caught. Would I ever do that shit again? Hell to the no. I'm not a saint. I've done my dirt. I own my shit. Would I confess to court that I stole shit? I just confessed, but I was like 9 years old. Can't put me in juvie. I'm well over 18. Haven't committed a crime outside of a speeding ticket in my life after that. Was in a gang for 3 days. No, I know the shit that I've done. I've never killed anybody. I've never raped anybody. I've never done anything exceptionally stupid, except for 2 love messages and 2 text songs. Outside of that, I've never had any real problem with the law. But I was also taught from a young age to do your best to do the right thing. Don't do the shit that your parents done so that you don't wind up in deep shit. What are we not teaching our children? Why are we not teaching our kids to be more complacent, to cooperate with the police? What gets it in their head that they just gotta make a break for it? Why? Why can't we teach our kids, look, running from the cops is not the best idea that you will ever have. Ever. Because eventually, someone's going to see who you were, someone's going to identify you, so you might as well just take the heat. Is it something about us not being able to man up and do what we need to do? Is it something that's making us teach our kids to run from the cops? Okay, like I said in the other video, a lot of us people of color are naturally scared of the cops. We've had cops kill people in our family. We had cops arrest people in our family. We had cops talk to us like dog shit on the fucking street. And like I said in earlier videos, I was bullied by a cop this year in college. I will not admit who that cop is. He knows who he is. He knows he's a jerk. And his career won't last long. And if you give people enough rope, they will hang themselves. And if his career does last long and he doesn't die, that would be a freaking miracle to God. I wish him nothing but the best. But I will say this if you're listening, because I know who you are. And you know who I am, officer. If they come after me and ask me about you, you're damn right I'ma sing like a fucking canary, because the whole time in Mr. Flick's class, you done everything to discredit me and make me feel like I was a piece of shit. And if you're gonna be a bully with a badge, then you should also have to pay for it. That being said, back on topic. There is why young black people or people of color in general are afraid of cops. Now, if you're an illegal immigrant, or you're here against the law, you didn't seek asylum for help, that's another reason why people of color are scared of cops. Because they know that if they get arrested, INS is going to deport their ass back to wherever the hell they came from. And that there is also a problem. Because, if you're coming here, the least you can do is try to come here legally and get asylum. You don't have to become a citizen, but you will be safe while you are here. Now, the thing with that, though, people don't trust cops, especially people whose skin is brown, because we know if your skin is brown, your ass is going down. And they don't give a damn if you're Hawaiian, they don't give a damn if you're Mexican, they don't give a damn if you're black. If you're brown, you all look the same to them, even if you're not a criminal. And that is a state-to-state mandate. Because people would be the first to tell you, well, all cops aren't racist. No, they're not. All cops aren't assholes. No, they're not. But unfortunately, you have a majority of them more so than not. And as pure as that may be, this happens more often than not, and that puts all the good cops at risk for being shot. A majority of people don't remember, but I remember when the guy was taking out all the cops. I forgot what state it was, but he was taking out cops and wound up being an ex-military man or whatever, and he was shooting cops, just shooting cops, shooting good cops at that. He wasn't shooting bad cops. But if you had a badge and you were a cop, this guy just didn't give a shit. It's the bad cops that make the other cops targets. And there's no real screening process to find out if a person is a good cop or a bad cop. It's all about morals and ethics, and some people just don't have morals or ethics. There are some unscrupulous motherfuckers rocking badges and guns. Those are the guys which is why I swear it'll never happen, but it should happen. Every state in America, every police station in America should have internal affairs in it, so that you have someone who police the police. And until that happens, you're always going to have bad cops out there that instead of taking the right path, they tend to take the wrong path. And this is what causes problems. This is why people are afraid of cops. This is why this young man more than likely decided, maybe I should run. Now, on the flip side, if this young man is found to be guilty or involved in the shooting of the 22-year-old in the article in which I read, I had to make a whole nother video about that. I'm hoping that he's not guilty, because there's two sides to every coin. Or my favorite phrase, there's three sides to every coin. There's your version, there's my version, and there's God's version, the actual truth of what actually happened, which is a combo of the two, because everybody sees things differently. My morals versus your morals might not be the same thing. And if the 22-year-old could identify this guy as the guy that shot him, then there's going to be a fucking problem. But here's that thing I said about picking your friends. If your friends do stupid shit. This kid, from what I read in the other article, this kid was almost perfect. He No one's almost perfect, but this kid was pretty close to perfect. He was a coach for Little League Gymnastics or something, or whatever I read in the interview. All around, from what they said in the interview, he was a good kid. At 14, he's coaching stuff. He showed up in a three-piece suit. You would think that for the most part, he's not coming to look for trouble. So what in the fuck made him run? It is that natural fear that black people have of police because of the natural stereotype that black people set out that cops read into, which causes all these fucking problems to begin with. When do we meet in the middle? I'm gonna throw this back before I end this video. First, I'm sorry for y'all loss of your son. Second, do any of y'all remember the movie Meteor Man with Robert Townsend? He got this magic rock, he got superpowers, he could read a book with his fingers and learn everything in that book in less than 5 minutes, but only had the knowledge for 2 minutes. And he brought all the gangs in Washington, D.C. together, because Cypress Hill was a movie. He brought all the police and the gangs together. Why can't we do that in real life? Why can't we find a meet in the middle man to bring peace between the good guys and the bad guys, to understand that life can go like that? When I was in boot camp, we had some serious discipline given to us for people who, like me, milked the grenade, or people like other people that I went with tried to see the grenade explode instead of following instructions. Because, it's very important that you don't die when you're getting trained how to kill people or how not to get killed. It's very important that you pay attention to things. And when we were down range doing training, it's people that got hurt on the field, down range, and they ain't go home. Learning this made me realize, life can be taken from you. Blink of an eye. Don't accelerate your death note by doing dumb shit. This kid, he ran from the cops. No denying that. He ran from the cops. He was shot 3 times. He died. No denying that. But why? Cop was brand new on the job. Obviously, they didn't teach him to assess the situation before he fired into the kid. And they're not really holding the cop at fault. They're not holding the kid at fault. But there's a reason why all this shit happened. And I'm holding society at fault. Because we are not teaching our young men of color to not run from the cops, but to just stay put. I was taught to stay put. I was taught not to argue with the cops, not to not cooperate. I was taught at every level of stage in life that if the cop pulls you over, take your ticket. Don't argue with the cop. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. Have your manners on point. Because sometimes, when you get the right cop, it won't even be a ticket. You just have a conversation, explain, and don't lie, and you'll be fine. And then sometimes you might get the douchebag full of dick tips, and you'll have an assload of problems. And if you argue with this motherfucker, who has the authority to snatch you out of your car and put you in handcuffs and throw you in his car and take your ass to jail, you've caused a problem. But we don't teach our kids that. My dad taught me a long time ago, before I can even drive. If you ever pulled over by the cops, hands on the steering wheel, 10 and 2, do not move your hands until the officer tells you to. The officer standing there, don't reach for anything outside of your wallet. And if at all possible, if the cop asks you to get out the car before you reach for your wallet, do that. That way the cop doesn't feel that he's threatened. Because there are a bunch of trigger-happy motherfuckers with guns and badges. And they will shoot you without hesitation. But if you teach your children at a young age to comply with the cops, do what they say, there's a good chance your kid will come home and there won't be any issues. It's a good chance your kid could go to jail, but it's also a matter of teaching our children right from wrong. I'm James Williams Jr. It's come for having me too. Be seeing you. Again, I apologize for the loss of Mr. Antoine Rose II.